The 2025 Honda CR-V. We don't really have any new changes for this latest model year, aside from a price increase for the regular gas models and the hybrids. And also we have the introduction of the hydrogen fuel cell version of the CR-V, which is available only in California as of right now. And I will briefly cover that vehicle. But first, let's talk about the pricing first. So on average, the price has gone up between $340 to $600 across the board, except for the top of the line Sport Touring, which costs $900 more than the 2024 model year. And that is quite unfortunate. And I do have the official pricing listed on the screen for you, including the $1,350 destination charge as well. So the front-wheel drive base LX, it's going to start at $31,450. With all-wheel drive, that LX, it's going to set you back $32,950. Now, Honda is a pretty interesting brand where the higher you move up in trim level, the more of a refined and better driving experience you get. So when you move up higher, like when you get the Sport L or even the Sport Touring trim levels, you get more sound deadening materials and even noise isolating wheels as well. And you do notice the difference when you drive the top of the line models versus the more basic versions of the CR-V. Now the pure gas versions, they still come with the turbocharged 1.5 liter 4-cylinder engine with 190 horsepower and 179 pounds-feet of torque. And this engine applies to the LX, the EX, and the EXL models. Now, the hybrids, they are available only as the Sport models. So we have the Sport L, and the Sport Touring. Sport L, that's when you begin to see some more refinement updates. And the Sport Touring, it takes it to the next level. That is going to be your most quietest and refined CR-V driving experience. And these hybrids, they push out 204 horsepower from a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine combined with 2 electric motors. I also had the fuel economy listed on the screen as well. And if you're someone who is not a fan of the fact that Honda reserves the best driving version of the CR-V for the top trim levels, then a vehicle that you might want to consider is the Mazda CX-5 or the CX-50. Even the most basic of trim levels regarding the Mazda feels really refined and very similar to the top trim level CR-Vs. But if you naturally just had the budget and you had your eyes set on a top of the line hybrid CR-V, then I suppose you could go with that. Although keep in mind, as of right now, Mazda has unveiled the CX-50 hybrid as well, utilizing the Toyota hybrid system, although the CR-V Sport Touring will probably have some more features compared to a top-of-the-line CX-50 hybrid. So in the Honda lineup, it's really hard to say which trim level is the best. You genuinely just have to go to Honda's website and see what's going to fit your budget the best and how much you can truly tolerate from this brand from a driving perspective and from a features perspective as well. As always, Honda does have a tendency to gatekeep their top-of-the-line Bose audio system for the top trim levels. That's something else to keep in mind. Whereas if you went with like a CX-5 Mazda, you can get the Bose audio system as low as the Carbon Edition models, which go for around 30 to 32 grand. And with the Honda lineup, once again, if you wanted that all-wheel drive, that's going to set you back an additional $1,500, except with the Sport Touring, which you get the all-wheel drive as standard. All right, now let's briefly talk about the new fuel cell version of the CR-V, which is only available in California. That's your other main update, I guess. If you're curious about this model, it's got an estimated 270-mile EPA driving range, and apparently it's also got a plug-in charging capability that allows this vehicle to drive up to 29 miles of pure EV range. And Honda, on one of their press releases, they're touting some supposedly really good lease programs, although the lease deals that the manufacturer throws out, they're pretty much garbage. In the description box below, I'm going to have a free leasing calculator provided to you by AutoCompanion, which will show you the interest rate of a lease, the residual values, and the incentives that you can get in your local zip code. So if you are in California and you're actually interested in the fuel cell version of the CR-V, definitely use that calculator, because this fuel cell stuff, it depreciates like crazy, and you want to be aware of any incentives that you can get as well, because incentives stack on top of the dealer discount, and that calculator is going to show you those incentives. Plus, depending on your lease program and the duration of the lease, you can get a certain amount of hydrogen fuel credit. For instance, according to Honda, with their June 2024 press release, they were touting that you can get a $15,000 hydrogen fuel credit when you do a 3-year lease. If you're in California, comment below, let me know how much hydrogen costs, what's the wait times, are you having any issues getting hydrogen? I would like to know, and leave your thoughts and experiences below. Many have said that driving a hydrogen vehicle in California, it's not the most reliable thing. Sometimes the fuel pumps, they shut down and they have issues, etc. Again, that was a while ago. I would like to hear the updated thoughts now from consumers today. But the fuel cell version, it's apparently got a $50,000 starting MSRP, but it is a well-equipped model. It does come with pretty much all of the top of the line features that Honda has to offer, like the 9-inch touchscreen with the wireless CarPlay and the wireless Android Auto, the 12-speaker Bose audio system, the 10.2-inch digital gauge cluster, heated front seats, heated steering wheel, wireless phone charger, etc. But that's pretty much everything that you need to know regarding the all-new CR-V. Once again, no big changes. These vehicles, at least this generation, it came out in 2023. And as we just saw for this latest model year, they're just taxing us even more and increasing their base prices. But if you've been an owner of this new generation CR-V, let us know how it's been holding up for you. Do you enjoy driving it? I've only driven the top of the line hybrid models, and of course that was pretty nice, really refined, but not the most exciting driving experience. It was a bit bland, but very similar to the Mazda driving experience, although as mentioned before, the Mazdas, they drive good across the board. You don't have to necessarily get a top of the line Mazda. They all feel excellent. With the cheaper Hondas, you might get that more tinny sensation. Something to watch out for. But if you found value with this content, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you again for watching. Take care and goodbye.